I'm Sir Tap Tap, and let's watch the intro to Phantom Breaker Battlegrounds. I have no idea what's going on in this game, but the intro doesn't entirely help that. They're bad people, and we're going to beat them up. That's what I've gathered so far. Those are the bad people. See, I don't know Phantom Breaker, honestly, but this is a pretty cool pixel art beat-em-up with RPG mechanics. A lot like Scott Pilgrim, not entirely, though. So these are our people. The good peoples. We're not going to play as the good peoples, though, because my favorite character is Coco, who's the, like, cat maid thing that's evil that we saw slightly earlier. That one. So yes, we've got lots of cute people running around here, and we need to beat each other up for unknown reasons. I'm sure there's a plot, I just don't entirely know it. Let's just go standard here. So I need to turn this down slightly. We're going to play on hard. Because somebody leveled up this character for me. Well, not for me. I wanted to play as Coco, but I already played this game on Vita, so I didn't really want to replay the entire thing just to do a Let's Play for it. It's because I wanted to show Coco. So, I got a save file from someone. In the story mode, you start off at level, like, max with all of your abilities, so you can get the sense of power, which is neat. But, we'll quickly be losing that and have to use actual skill points and stuff. Okay. That's better. There is a option in, what is it, Legend of Dark Witch for 3DS, which is a low-budget Mega Man clone, frankly. But it's got this option to disable voice in combat, like gameplay, which is really nice because I tend to spam this dash attack, which is pretty annoying. I'll try not to do it too much while I'm doing this Let's Play, but I just really appreciated that option. It's really easy to make repeated voices in gameplay really annoying. Like, even if the original voice clip is really good, just hearing it a billion times constantly in gameplay makes pretty much anything annoying. And there's assorted ways you can lessen the blow there. Oh, I wanted to eat the trash. There's good things in trash, you know. If you've played any beat 'em up, you know there's always good stuff in trash. The red bits are experience, by the way. That's why I keep dashing to those. Coins are only for score. It is not a River City Ransom clone like Scott Pilgrim is. There's no money in purchasing stuff. There's just experience and skill points. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, with the whole issue with the voices, though. I don't really think this game is the worst about that, by the way. I just thought I would mention it. Pretty much the best thing you can do is just have an option to turn it off, because, you know, options. But you can also just have it play only a percentage of the time, or have at least multiple different voice samples that can play at any given time. I do recommend a gamepad with this game, by the way. The default controls work pretty well. I generally don't recommend keyboard and mouse for this sort of thing. I mean, not that the mouse would actually do anything. Oh, right, a review copy of this game was provided by the developer. Well, not the developer, but the localizer. 5PB International. The original game is, of course, by, like, normal 5P. Oh, look at the signs in the background are great. We've just missed a bunch of them, but there's a fake, what's that called? I think Bullet Soul? That's that thing in the background under the bunny that's been hung from the rafters. I'm not gonna ask about that. But there's also a bunch of other, like there's a 4DS ad in the background and some other funny stuff. Like, it's supposed to be Akihabara, which has like, it just actually has tons of ads and crap like that. I really like the art in this game, except the 3D effect is kind of weird. I'm never a big fan of mixing sprites with 3D. This game does a pretty good job of the 3D pixel art sort of thing, but then the actual sprites are just straight up real pixel art, and they have some scaling artifacts. It's not so bad on PC because it's, you know, the higher resolution, the less artifacts you tend to end up with in this case. But the PS Vita version definitely has more issues with it. You can see some weird aliasing on the background here as we move. That's sort of a problem. Oh, you can break the vehicles. I don't think I'm strong enough to do that. Also, they break, like, they show visible damage. I love when games do that for, like, tough foes and stuff. It's one of the things hunting games do really well. Alright, I should be using more of my specials. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to use those afterwards. But the annoying thing about how they mix 3D and 2D is that it results in lots of inconsistencies in the pixel sizes and stuff. I honestly don't really know how the emergency mode or overdrive stuff works. I just beat stuff up, and I usually don't die. But this game has some assorted mechanics, like you can do this sort of burst and knock people down. That's that blue meter that I keep forgetting to use. Experience! I just use the moves that look cool and try not to die. That's how I play games. And also, I swear I'm pretty sure these fire effects and the explosion effects are too high res compared to the sprites. It just creates some unusual inconsistencies. Like, it's not so bad as, like, the worst thing you can do is mix pixel sizes in, like, player sprites and stuff. That looks really bad. I don't entirely mind non-native, like, sprite res effects, but mixing sprite sizes, like pixel sizes. Parker, please sit down. Honey, get down. And like, the actual backgrounds do an alright job of the 2D, like, you know, 3D pixel art thing. I just kind of would just prefer it if it were all 2D sprites. Because we don't really get too much out of the 3D effects. And the art you really care about is this 2D sprites, the, you know, the character sprites. Which I think are pretty great. I love this idle animation she got here. I don't even know what I just did there. I should probably learn that. I think it was... Come here. Ah, okay. It's X and circle on the default control scheme. I think that's special and heavy. I think that uses a decent amount of my magic. It's been a while since I played, honestly. Oh yeah, controls. So there's... It's, you know, pretty standard. We've got our light, medium, and heavy attacks. And you can sort of mix and match. I think you can always cancel to a heavier attack, but not go backwards. And then there's special attacks. We've got Eye Patch, we've got Bunny Eye Patch Girl here, she's a boss. Is the story disabled or something? I don't think I picked arcade mode, did I? The story isn't really a big deal, but there is one, and it's got some not unacceptable, but pretty funny English. I'll take all of that. Okay, there was supposed to be a story segment there, so we're definitely in arcade mode or something. Oh well. The story is we get sucked into another dimension and they steal all of our powers while doing that. And we don't really care for that. I love the... Aww. Yay! Aww. So yeah, let's see what skills we got here. We definitely want the special attacks. EX attack. I can't get that, so let's just add some more defense. Oh yeah, and here's another issue where the pixel sizes are pretty bad, frankly. On the, you know, with this attack, the 12 there, just doesn't look great. Not really a big deal. I wouldn't refuse to play a game because of inconsistent pixel sizes, but it definitely doesn't look great. But I mean, if they only get one thing right, the character sprites are a good one to, you know, get right, so... And I do like that. I don't mind that dash. I like the dash shadow we've got there. I don't mind that being native res. Or, you know, higher res than sprites. Like, I don't know entirely how to describe it. I don't mind special effects being higher res. But if you're gonna try for pixel art, everything that's trying to be pixel art should have the same resolution. Otherwise, things end up kind of weird. Oh yeah, the music's definitely really good too. I haven't really mentioned it, but... it's good chiptune-y stuff. Oh right, for the specials, so like we've got... I think that's like a block or something. Let's use this one. The over and X is my favorite. It's just like spam claw attack. I like it because it moves you and the opponent. Right, so emergency mode is just like... I guess you just press special when you get hit. Alright, and you can dash and do that grab thing. That's really good for tough foes that have like... I think there's some things that kind of block. I guess I don't have my up one. What's my down one? That's not bad. Oh yeah, and there's a bunch of different characters. I guess you saw me cycle them through them. You start off with 4, and then you unlock... There's a couple that are... I think there's at least one, that's basically a palette swap. Then there's this one. You also get the bunny eye patch girl. You get that... the white guy that... Well, the guy dressed in white from the intro. It depends on which difficulty you beat the game on. I think you need hard to unlock at least a couple of them. And this game seems to do a better job of matching the difficulty. Why can't I do the thing? I guess I don't have that ability anymore. I was trying to do that super attack, but I guess I don't have that unlocked. What was I saying? Oh yeah, as far as the level system, the game seems to have less issues with that. Like, with Scott Pilgrim, my biggest complaint about that game, aside from the final boss having way too much health on higher difficulties, is that higher difficulties don't properly compensate for how overpowered you get once you have, like, maxed out stats. So, like, in my opinion, the best way to enjoy the game is to upgrade all of your skills, like level up, but don't get too much attack, because then you just plow through everything regardless of difficulty settings, and that's not super fun for me. So like, we're having an easy time here because this is early on, but at least what I saw of the final level on like harder difficulties, it does a better job at least of making it still a challenge at higher difficulties. Like, I think there should always be a difficulty catered for people who have max stats, so it's still not, you know, a complete cakewalk once you're maxed out. But it's definitely a tricky line to walk with, you know, RPG beat 'em up stuff. Also, anything flying sucks. Like, I probably should have chosen extreme difficulty, honestly, because we're doing too much damage. Your first time through is probably not going to be this easy, because things are going to actually take more than one hit. Also, the short combos have some pretty good combo animations. Everyone has good animations. Let's see what weapons we have here. There's a girl with like this bullet mace staff sort of thing. There's that Shrine Maiden girl who has a spear, which has a bit more range. There's that maid that has a sword. I'm forgetting the fourth person. These guys with the cakes are jerks. Anything big is usually a pain, you want to kill it fast. Get out of here, Akuma. This isn't your game. And there, you might have noticed there's a fair amount of references here, like I'm pretty dang sure that guy is supposed to be Akuma. And, you know, we saw the posters in Akihabara. Though, there's somewhat obscure references, which is fitting enough. Like Bullet Soul, Infinite Bursts, fake box art there. Well, not here, but it was somewhere. You can dash under the cakes! This is amazing. Anyway, if I had to say the game's biggest flaw is that Coco is not unlocked at the start. Coco is the best. Also, the AI can be a little dumb. I'm not entirely sure what makes it decide to be aggressive or not. Sometimes they just kind of wander around, sometimes they're pretty hardcore at all times. Alright, that's how we do that. And honestly, you might just do arcade mode. Like, the story doesn't interrupt too much, but it doesn't super add much either. Though there is one hilarious line that Coco makes. You ask her if she's a mole, and she's like, I'm not a mole, I'm not... Or like, don't call me a mole, I'm not going to die from a mole, stop it. It's like, what? Also, the original store description for PS Vita on this game was complete English. I forget exactly what it was, but it was major English and was pretty funny. It was actually kind of sad that they fixed it. Like, if it's not a story-driven game, I don't particularly mind English, frankly. It's kind of cute. So, I mean, it just kind of adds to the 16-bit atmosphere here, because that was not an era of good translations. Those guys have way too much health. The backgrounds are pretty cute, though. I'm still not a huge fan of how they end up looking with the aliasing and all that, but they're not bad or anything. And I love that stomp in her gait. Best character. I think this is like some sort of series or something. I know there's more to Phantom Breaker than this game, I just don't know anything more than that. I know that Coco is the best though. The other people are pretty cool though too. Like Mrs. Bunny Eye Patch is pretty good, and I played the first time I played through is Stop That! The bullet staff maid girl. I forget her name. I forget everyone's name. I think Shrine Maiden is Waka. It's not important. Why remember names? We can just beat people up. And there's a decent amount of variety in the backgrounds too. Like there's obviously some reuse, but overall it's a pretty well put together package. Honestly, my biggest non-joking complaint is probably the inaccurate pixel sizes and stuff. Like this is a pretty good background though. Like I don't know, I'm kind of mixed on the backgrounds, but there's definitely some other pixel scaling issues, like the scale, or the skill screen, that are totally fixable, and I mean, they're not going to be fixed, honestly. I'm kind of amazed this made it to PC. This was originally an Xbox 360 arcade game. It was ported to PS Vita, which is what I first played. And I do recommend that one as well. It's got online multiplayer and local co-op as well. I forgot to mention that. Obviously not using it, but it's pretty fun if you can find somebody to play with. Like, I'm not sure if you can invite people or if it's matchmaking only, but I mean, if it's matchmaking only, you can just both go into matchmaking at the same time, I guess. I'll check that out as soon as we beat whatever boss is next. There we go. So yeah, this is White Mikoto. Mikoto is Maid Sword Girl. And so since this is an alternate universe, like there's also an alternate Mikoto, that's how this... Stop that! That's how this works. With the bosses, I usually try to kill the trash mobs if there's not too many. Just because they get in the way. Aw, you're supposed to get hit by that. Quit that! Alright. Also, I'm not sure what the deal is with the red. I'm not sure if that's like recoverable health or what. Stop that. That's what it is in most fighting games anyway. But I'm not sure what causes it to be recovered. Also, you can get great score boost by using that burst thing, but it doesn't actually deal too much damage. It's mostly just a panic. We're almost certainly gonna die. Yep. You get to keep your experience if you get knocked out. I think you actually have to end the level or die if you want to keep your experience, in fact. Yes, we will continue with the lowercase c. I'm not sure if speed is movement speed or attack speed. I'm never really sure about that without explanation. Games should be better about explaining their stats. Yeah, we've got full health now, so this shouldn't be a problem. Stop dodging. It's very rude. Should probably kill you first. Also, there's some sort of counter mechanic. I haven't entirely figured it out. I'm not super great at this game, but I'm sure if you look up all of the mechanics, they make much more sense. But I've enjoyed it without really going too much into it. Also, you might have noticed the difficulty does go up quite a bit with the boss fights. That's pretty standard fare, though. I think the main thing with the bosses is just that they're way more aggressive. And of course they deal good damage and have lots of health too, but... Crap. Also, I like that it lets you respec between deaths, because, like... I don't even know why there's a double jump. I almost never use like jump attack stuff. just put this all into attack, honestly. Also, you don't have enough skill points to get everything if you have level 50. There's a DLC that increases the level cap to 99, I think, and also has one more character, I think. It's a Steins Gate character. I don't know Steins Gate. I know lots of people buy the DLC just because it's... Piss off! Just because of Steins Gate. But I don't... I'm not invested in that franchise, so I never bothered. I'm not sure if it has anything but the character and the level cap increase. There we go. Okay, doing better this time. Ouch. Okay, I want that special attack now. I think that's the EX attack that I don't have unlocked. You need a pretty high level to unlock all of the abilities that you actually see in the tutorial thing. Not the tutorial, like the prologue. I love the little arm flail animation when they get knocked out. I forget what that little seal even is in the story. It's not important. We go around beating people up and then we find the Phantom. We beat them up. That's how this works. Like that wavy effect, I don't mind stuff like that in pixel art games. Like, I think it's fine to use the native res for cool effects, but the sprites are what you need to make consistent. So yeah, this is Phantom Breaker Battlegrounds. Oh, right. We do need to check out... Yeah, the game... Wait, no, that's not what I want. Oh, does it not have online mode on... Alright, there's fighting game thing too. Huh, maybe it is online or local only on PC. I'll look that up and make an annotation or something, leave in the description. But yeah, you can play with other people, at least in local. I think the Vita one had local or online matchmaking. Yeah, let's look at the characters again real quick. So this is standard sword user, Bakoto, spear, some sort of like bullet mace staff thing. She's the ninja one with like knives here. This is just M. She's got a bat. She likes rabbits. I don't know. Oh yeah, and there's Nagi, she's the one we're rescuing. She's got a katana. I haven't actually played as her. I love the idle animations though. Alright, this is one of those these are the palette swaps. Not really sure what the deal is with them as unique characters. But yeah, this is Phantom Breaker Battlegrounds. There's arrows in the background. Check it out if you want.